going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, funny enough, right after I went ahead and made my video for Battlefield 2042, the mid-season event, of course, I made a few points in that video discussing, Call of Duty as well. And funny enough, the day after, some new information comes out, which I just think is absolutely hilarious in every possible way. It's funny, it's nice, it's good, don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's also extraordinarily sad at the same exact time. But, ladies and gentlemen, before we go ahead and dive deep into the topic, I do want to mention we are indeed on a grind of 44,000 subscribers, so if you do enjoy what you hear today and want to hear some more content revolving around Call of Duty, Battlefield, or even X-Defined, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification button. And last but not least, we do stream over on Kick every day besides Sundays, so we'll be live today around 12 to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can actually find the link to that channel down in the description of this video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now in my video the other day for Battlefield 2042, I was discussing how consumer-friendly the game actually is, how they have so many ways for you to grind out the Battle Pass, how easy it is to grind out the Battle Pass, and also between all their mid-season events, there's tons of free content to go around for absolutely everybody. Basically, there's always something for you to do that pulls you back into the experience, and that's honestly something that Call of Duty has been lacking. Yeah, they have a few things here and there, but the majority of the time, if they do a massive event, it's just to get you back into Warzone. For multiplayer, there's not really too much stuff that really wants you to get back in and play things. You know what I'm saying? And of course, right after I go ahead and make that video, Task Force Leaks Images over on Twitter put out a post which was pretty interesting. And of course, I'm not going to show the image because it's leaks and I don't want my video to be taken down. I'll try to remember to leave a link down in the description of this video as well towards this tweet so you guys can see with your own eyes what's going on here. But as you can see, he says, looks like they're adding daily login rewards to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, of course, like I said, I don't have the image shown up on the screen because I don't want to be copyright struck. But basically, the rewards look pretty simple. You got yourself some calling cards, a vehicle skin, double XP for your weapons, and I think it's for your Battle Pass as well. Maybe it's a Battle Pass XP token, I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, it's interesting, but the real good reward is the final reward for Day 7, which is actually a really clean-looking skin. I gotta be honest with you guys, at the end of the day, this isn't bad news whatsoever, right? I think we can all agree about this. This is good. Anything that is free content that rewards the player for just simply hopping into the game is, it's an A-plus situation, in my personal opinion. This doesn't require you to come in and do any insane challenges. It doesn't require you to be absolutely cracked out. It doesn't require you to force yourself to play a game mode that you don't want to play. All it requires you is to hop on Modern Warfare 2 and, I guess, play a match of the game. I don't even think you have to play the match. I think you just got to log in. It's a login bonus. It's a login reward. So all you got to do is just log into the experience. So honestly, realistically, this is pretty darn good. And this is definitely the direction that we want to see them take when it comes to mid-season events and content drops and stuff of that sorts. But even though this is a very positive thing for the Call of Duty community, especially if they continue this through the upcoming titles, so on and so forth, at the end of the day, this is still a negative. And I know you're probably sitting there thinking, what are you talking about, JB? You said this is outstanding, this is great news, this is cool, and then you're saying it's bad? Yeah, it kind of is bad. Seriously, guys, why does it have to take so long for us to get things that are good for the community? Other games start right out the gate with this type of, consumer-friendly content. They don't wait months after launch. They don't wait until the game goes into the dumps. No, right out the gate, they are ready to go. They have a fair system. Either the system is fair or it's not fair. And like I said, people will either support it or they won't support it. But at the end of the day, Call of Duty has to gradually lead themselves up to the point where they have a game that can bring people back consistently and that is actually consumer friendly instead of just launching it like that in the first place. There's been a consistent trend within Call of Duty's recent years where these games will launch in the worst state possible. They have the best trailers, the best hype. They finesse everybody for pre-orders. And then they launch the game, they cut all communication, they cut all good community-friendly content, they cut everything. Like, everything just goes silent. And then everybody leaves the game, everybody gets tired, everybody gets like, okay, we're tired of all this crap, we're going to something else, we're playing a different game now. And then months down the road, then they start picking things up, they start fixing around the game, they start changing things around, they start adding in more content, they start adding in more, free content, especially for us to grind for and things to do. I hate this cycle. I hate this cycle, I despise this cycle, and I just want it to be put to an end. Things like this should be mandatory in these FPS games nowadays. Back then, yeah, they can get away with it, but with how technology is improving and how, these publishers are treating us, the community, and how they're treating gaming as a business now, these things should be in every single Call of Duty game, every single FPS game, honestly, at this point, no matter what. And the fact that Call of Duty is always so late to the party with this stuff, like I said, not only are they late to the party with this, but they're late to the party with mid-season events. Okay? That is something that they haven't had in the game since day one. All you would get is the Battle Pass. That's it. That's all you can grind for. You get the Battle Pass, you get the initial content that you get within the beginning of the season, and then you get a mid-season update which will launch with one map, maybe one new weapon, and that's about it. That's all. Whereas in other games like Battlefield, since, almost day one, you have had these mid-season events that are stuffed with content that you can grind for on top of the Battle Pass that you can grind for. You have weekly challenges that you can grind through the Battle Pass to make it extra quick. It's very consumer-friendly. Even in Overwatch 2, again, that game is getting a lot of crap right now, but even their microtransaction system when it comes to grinding through the Battle Pass, they have weekly challenges as well. They might even have daily challenges, I think I heard. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, down in the comment section. But at the end of the day, stuff like that is how you get players to return to your game. And what really blows my mind is that Overwatch 2 is obviously published out by Activision Blizzard. So you would think they would take a similar system and implement that into their other really popular FPS game, right? Call of Duty is one of their most popular things in their portfolio. Okay, and you have a system in your other title that's also very popular. Overwatch 2 is extraordinarily popular. That is very nice, very consumer-friendly. People enjoy it. And then they don't even bother using any of this stuff. It blows my mind. And here we are all this time down the road. Modern Warfare 2 is basically over now. And we're finally getting login rewards. It took almost a whole year. Even the mid-season events almost took up the whole year in order to get something like that. The mid-season event content where, gives you little things to grind for. I think the previous season was, getting a bunch of challenges with all the weapons or something. I don't know. It's just a bunch of fun challenges to get people back into the game, into the rotation. It took almost the full life cycle of the game. This stuff is just at this point unacceptable. Unacceptable. And I'm hoping that other games won't fall under this path as well. I'm hoping, especially X-Defiant, God, please. And it's going to be free to play, so I'm a tad bit worried about how they're going to go ahead and, wrap content around that game. They already pre-planned the whole first year. We're going to be getting, I think a map every single month. So one map a month, along with weapons as well. So it's going to be a lot of stuff to play around with and do. But we'll see how events might come out and if certain, things, limited time mode, just keep the rotation fresh, keep the game interesting, keep people wanting to come back. But at the end of the day, we're not talking about X-Defiant today. We're talking about Call of Duty. We're talking about Infinity Ward. We're talking about Activision right now. I gotta be real. Even if they put together a Call of Duty game where it launches with all of this stuff, mid-season events, login rewards, all this good stuff, I don't even know if that would be able to help fix out the game and make people want to come back and play that either. Even though these are great moves, obviously, it's good stuff here for COD. At the end of the day, you need a good game still to back it up. Even if it's, the best content out there for free, if the game is absolute dog crap, people will still avoid hopping back in for the content, even if it's free. Not a price to be paid. They will still avoid the game if it's just simply bad, okay? A good game, a good title has to come along with these good, community live service methods. That's all this is, live service methods, We're now in the era of live service games, so obviously, live service has to evolve. It can't stay the same. It can't stay as scummy as it always is. It has to keep evolving. It has to keep improving. And other development teams are doing that. Other publishers are doing that. But Activision is not, But they have to combine both. Good game plus a good evolution of their live service, model. All of this stuff crammed together might actually put out a good title. Think about it, though. Seriously, think about it. We've had these login rewards before, okay? This has been in Call of Duty. Why are they taking it out? Why are they removing this stuff? Just like they remove all the other stuff, like the mini-map and change around the why does this stuff even happen in the first place? I never understood that. By now, we should have the best Call of Duty game known to mankind. We've had so many different titles come out that have so many different good innovations, yet they don't keep any of them. Could you imagine where COD would be right now if they kept at least one amazing thing out of each game they have launched? Do you know how good of a game we could actually have? But they don't. They dump everything they do. It's stupidity. That's a whole different topic, though. That's a whole different commentary. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. I want to know what you guys think personally down in the comment section. Do you think that this is way too late to add something in, like a login rewards into Modern Warfare 2, or do you think it's fine and that honestly this is perfectly accepted and we should be happy about it? At the end of the day, I can respect that it's a good thing for Call of Duty. I totally can, because it is. This is fantastic. You know, anything that's consumer friendly is fantastic. But at the end of the day, the fact that it took the whole life cycle of the game to even get this close into the title, along with all the other things that they've been implementing in, that have been good, but it takes the whole time to get it. No, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The games need to ship. They need to launch in that state, and if they can't, hold it off. It's up to the publisher to be able to make that decision, and they have to start making that decision, or else your communities are just simply going to dwindle away. They're going to go down the tubes. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like button. If you hated it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and enjoy the content, subscribe and the notification button. Also, want to chat with this two-way do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both in the description. And also want to catch me live streams video games over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.